From the tombstone to the canvas, artisan workshops. Antiochian art was born and grew in the family. Craft workshops were very common in the 19th century, and over time the children of these families, with great effort, went on to study fine arts in Europe. As is the case of the Rodriguez family, marble masons, in whose workshop Francisco Antonio Cano, considered the father of Antioquia art, began his training. In front you can see one of his carvings. Can you find his initials in the marble? The workers and artisans of that contribute to demonstrate, with their specialized work and art, the finitude of life. These works are usually unknown, ignored or undervalued, because of the apprehensions that exist with everything that surrounds death. The proper skills of funerary work in San Pedro have had a significance and transformation over time, and although the dynamics associated with it have changed, there are still workers who conserve a legacy of practices with respect to the techniques and methods used in this trade. The cemetery is then presented as a workshop, a vocational school, a workplace where it is possible to observe different occupations, specialties and manual skills, many of which are supported in a family tradition or in the vocation of service. Among the first tasks to be mentioned are the works of artisans and master artists carried out in marble workshops at the end of the 19th and beginning of the 20th century. There, the elaboration of tombstones, tombs, sculptures and other pieces of religious imagery was entrusted to the cemetery of the rich. The production of these elements is characterized by being handcrafted and engraved using a hammer and chisel, making them unique and unrepeatable. When observing closely and by touching, one discovers with astonishment on the corners of the tombstones or discrete places of the mausoleums seals of quality that have transcended time and certified the workmanship of these pioneers in the craft and funeral art. There are more than 30 recognized authorships in the San Pedro Cemetery, among which the signatures of important Antiochian artists and sculptors stand out, as well as other national and foreign ones. One of the most visible and abundant are the initials MR, which refer to Melitón Rodríguez Roldán, craftsman and owner of one of the first mortuary businesses in Medellín, and a workshop for the manufacture of marble tombstones in different styles and decorations. We must also attribute to his workshop the training of some artists that today are emblematic for the region. Among them are his own children, the architect Horacio Marino, 1866 to 1931, and the photographer Luis Melitón, 1875 to 1942. The painter and sculptor Francisco Antonio Cano, 1865 to 1935. Also worked there and later the sculptor Marco Tobón Mejía, 1876 to 1933. Cano, who was a distant relative of the Rodriguez family, was welcomed at 20 years of age from Yarumal, Antioquia, and he produced handcrafts such as drawing and sculpture that enriched the funeral business, offering portraits of the deceased for their posthumous tribute. Continue your visit and move through the San Pedro Gallery until the next station, the Beauty of Marble located in the Mausoleum 220